Summer travel season just around the corner, and with COVID measures easing all around the world, more Canadians are flying again. But that's leading to tensions and frustrations at airports right across the country, especially at Canada's largest airport, Pearson International. Hilary Johnstone is with us out of Ottawa this morning. Hilary, we are seeing these striking images, long lines of passengers, long delays. What's causing this, and what are we hearing in more detail?
Good morning, Heather. Well, according to the Canadian Airports Council, what's causing all of that are long lines at customs as people are screened for COVID-19. So in some cases, this is due to COVID testing. In other cases, it's due to health questions that officials are asking international travelers when they arrive at Pearson Airport, Canada's largest airport. In some cases, passengers are being asked to wait on the airplanes because these airports are simply not designed to have long customs processes where you would have very long lines of people in the hallways waiting to be screened. Because what we're hearing from the Canadian Airports Council is that due to all those COVID-19 procedures, it's taking 4 times longer than it did before the pandemic to get through customs. So in some cases, passengers are waiting on airplanes for about 20 minutes after their flight lands. In other cases, they're waiting for more than an hour. So you can just imagine the frustration that is causing travelers as travel ramps back up again, as people are getting ready to head out for the summer. Because what we're hearing from officials of the Canadian Airports Council is that, yes, these protocols have been in place for 2 years now. Wasn't as big of a problem when people weren't traveling as much, but now they are. That's what's causing all of these long lines, in particular, Heather, at Pearson.
So a lot of push now for the federal government to do something about this. What are officials doing and saying?
Well, we did have a response from the government yesterday, partially because there was a tweet that went out with a rumor that the government had actually asked airlines to reduce their schedules to try and ease some of these lines, some of these backlogs. We've heard from both the transport minister and the tourism minister saying that is not true, that the federal government did not issue a directive to airlines to try and cut back. We do have a statement here from Transport Canada, and it does allude to that rumor. So it says, quote, "We know Canadians are experiencing long lines at airports right now, and that is frustrating. We are working very closely with CATSA, which oversees all the security screening in Canada, to ensure staffing issues are being dealt with as quickly as possible. That being said, we can confirm that our government has never asked and will not be asking airlines to cut back on their flight schedules." We also heard from the tourism minister. Here's what he said.
We would never talk to the airlines to somehow tell them to book fewer flights, to somehow manage an issue that's just simply coming because Canadians are traveling again. So not only would we not do that, we don't have the authority to do that.
So, Heather, we've heard from some experts in the industry saying that if we want to get travel back to the level, back to the sorts of numbers it was before the pandemic, then perhaps some of these rules, these travel COVID-19 protocols are no longer necessary. We've also heard that sort of line from the Conservative transport critic, Melissa Lantsman, who would like to know why the Canadian government seems to be following advice that we're not seeing in other countries, trying to make sure that some of these lines are eased up.
Hilary, thank you very much.